It's time for Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, a podcast for people who love chickens.
Hey everybody, and welcome. It's Chrisie&Holly from Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. We're here, and this is episode number 289 of our podcast, where we talk about everything chicken, family, fun, and
more chickens.
More chickens. We drink a ton of coffee. I'm talking a ton. But most importantly,
we hug chickens, ducks, and geese every day.
And we kiss them too. Don't forget. We brew coffee from a little coffee house here in Maryland. Holly Ann, what kind of coffee are we brewing today?
Straight up Colombian.
We're always brewing the hard stuff over here.
Yeah.
I'm getting my flavored creamer out for sure. Are you ready to sip some of this delicious Colombian coffee and chat?
I am. But first, some words from our sponsors.
We have some exciting news to share from our sponsor, Grubbly Farms. They're here, new and improved, Grubbly's World Harvest.
I'm a longtime subscriber, and my flock love the healthy, nutritious treats, plus orders $40 and more ship free.
If you haven't heard, Grubbly's has a fantastic layer pellet and crumble feed. It's packed with plant and insect protein, perfect for those picky chickens and ducks.
Grubbly Farms makes food and treats for healthy pets and planet.
To support us and Grubbly Farms, use the link grubbly.co/coffee. Try it today. Okay, here we are. June. Can you believe June?
Yeah, it's starting to get warmer. I mean, we had a really strange spring where it got super hot, and then it got really cold for a couple of weeks.
And super mud. Super mud.
Super
mud.
By the time this episode drops, I'm hoping that some of that super mud is dried up because, I don't know, I'm over it. I feel like I'm going to have a nervous breakdown every time I look at my two big runs and I see nothing but mud.
Mud and puddles and, it's awful. Now,
it makes things smell bad, too.
Yeah, today is June 9th. I noticed the date, as we're recording this. June 9th. Yeah.
The drop date is June 9th.
Exactly. The day that everyone's listening to this right now. But
yes,
that is the day that Joe and I got together in 1992.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's like, that's the day I said to him, I like you a little more than friends. And he said, okay. And we've been together since then.
My Lord. I mean, I remember that. I just didn't remember what day it was. And I knew it was sort of early summer, too.
Yes. I looked down. I'm like, June 9th. Yeah, man. That's the day. The magic happened. The magic happened. Was that 34 years ago? Something like that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow. Time flies.
Pete and I had our first date, I feel like. Was it June 9th? June 10th? Somewhere
Hey, there's something to say. The animals aren't the only ones that get together in the spring.
Right? Right? Yeah. Love is in the air.
Love is in the air.
Love is in the air in my goose house, I'll tell you that.
Mud is on the ground.
If all I had is waterfowl, I think I wouldn't be quite as upset, but I hate the chickens having to walk through mud.
I can't stand it. Who can relate with me? Raise your hand, whatever. If you're, I don't know, keep your hands on the wheel if you're driving and listening. But when you walk into a run and you sink, I hate it. I hate it.
The other thing I hate, and this is probably too much information, but too bad. Because the mud is so deep, like in the middle of my runs, I have to wear my tall boots. I can't get away with wearing sloggers in there.
Yeah.
It makes my legs sweat, and it makes me really, really cranky. Like, I will run to the garage. As soon as I'm finished with all the poultry and I'm about to do the sheep, I can change back into my sloggers.
Yeah.
I race into the garage, and I'll sit there for a minute, enjoying the cool air on my sweaty legs. I'm over it. I am over it.
Yeah, the mud. I don't know, mud season. I feel like
is usually
May
earlier.
into June. Yeah, but it's usually like April showers bring May flowers. But we had a dry April.
Yeah.
And now it's like May and June is the mud season. The mud season's, it's right up there with one of my most annoying seasons, along with the cold. The cold is my most annoying season.
The problem, what created the problem we have right now is that we had 5 days straight of rain. And it wasn't a little rain. It was half an inch overnight, 2 inches during the day.
Oh, yeah.
We got so much. I said to Pete, why can't it just rain gently, for an afternoon 2 or 3 times a week? I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, no, that's not the way it happens. And I go out and I say to the girls out there, I'm like, it's a good day to be a chicken today. Or those days I was like, this sucks to be a chicken today. It really does. I'm so sorry.
It's a good day to be a duck, though, because the back left corner of the duck run is just like a giant puddle, and they love it. They're racing through it. They slap it with their little flippers.
They're like, yeah.
They really like it, yeah.
Mud pool, spa treatment day. And on that note, if you're listening to our show and you're loving it, head on over to Apple Podcast and leave us a typed review. It does amazing things for the growth of our show. We love reading them. We'd love to hear from you guys, as long as it's something good. And hit that subscribe button, because you never want to miss any fun. You just don't want to miss it.
If you're looking for other ways to help support the podcast, you can tell a few chicken, duck, or goose loving friends about us. You can share your favorite episodes on social media. You can become a patron of the show, patreon.com/coffeewiththechickenladies. A gigantic thank you to all of our patrons. We love you. There are 2 more things you can do to help this show. The first is visit our website or our Instagram bio, or pretty much any place where you find us. You will find a link to pre-purchase our book.
And now it's on our story highlights. So yet another place to go. If you go to our homepage, there's a story highlight that says our new book. It takes you to the Barnes & Noble link to pre-order. Pre-order!
Your choices for pre-ordering are Barnes & Noble and Amazon. When we get to September, where we're a month out from the book, some other options will open up. But right now, pre-orders with Amazon, pre-orders with Barnes & Noble, pre-orders help us. Like, we cannot overemphasize to you how helpful it is to have a good amount of pre-order. So if you're going to buy our book, please consider pre-ordering. The other thing you can do to help the show is visit our website and our show notes, use our affiliate links and discount codes, buy our book, and then buy some products from our sponsors.
Yay! Can I ask you something about summer chicken keeping?
Go on.
What's the one thing you end up constantly checking when it gets warmer?
Their water.
Exactly. And that's where the Omelette Insulated Stay Clean Water comes in.
Okay, wow. What? Insulated? Tell me more.
It keeps water fresh in warmer weather, helps prevent slimy buildup and algae, and stays crystal clean so your flock always has access to cool, clean water throughout the day.
That's a big one in the heat.
It really is. It means less refilling, less scrubbing, and more reliable hydration, which is really important for overall flock health and egg production in summer.
That will make such a difference. Ordering now.
Search Omelette, that's OMLET, and upgrade your new chicken water today.
The Breed Spotlight is brought to you by Murray McMurray Hatchery, defining quality for generations. For over a century, Murray McMurray Hatchery has remained a trusted family-owned business, working tirelessly to ensure our poultry meet the highest standards. Whether you are an experienced enthusiast or just embarking on the journey, look to McMurray Hatchery for guaranteed quality, rare, and heritage breeds, low minimums, and all the supplies you need to raise your flock. Request a free catalog today.
It's time to visit Transylvania. Transylvanian. It's time for the Breed Spotlight. Yeah.
The funny thing is that little, the little geographical joke that you just made, ha ha ha, because I guess you were a vampire. That is one of the least known features of this breed. So this week we're doing the Transylvanian Naked Neck.
No garlic. No garlic.
Oh, but garlic is so good. You're Italian. What are you going to do?
No.
I mean, garlic and holy water. You are What? You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. That's what we should have done for the seed spotlight. We should have done garlic.
We could have, yeah. You probably can grow it from seed. But anyway, that's complicated. Okay. And here's why I say most people don't realize the geography with this chicken. The naked neck, also called the Transylvanian naked neck or the Turkin. And I think people hear Turkin or they hear naked neck, not Transylvania naked neck.
Right.
But this is an old breed that was developed in Hungary/Romania and further refined in Germany and Austria in the late 18 and early 1900s. Now, this bird is a lot of things, but half turkey and half chicken is not one of them.
Everybody wants to think they're getting a half turkey, half chicken.
Right.
And it's like, please stop. Just because it says Turkin doesn't mean that's what it is.
These birds are 100% chicken. Now, I found a column in a 1925 edition of the Poultry Tribune entitled The Fake Turkin. So this is 100 years ago, right? Whoever wrote this column is calling out farmers who are trying to make a quick buck by selling the naked neck chickens as a turkey-chicken cross.
That's horrible, man. That's horrible.
And old myths die hard because several years ago at a poultry swap, we had someone come up and show us a young turkin that she just bought. And she was convinced that this bird was half chicken, half turkey.
I remember that.
You're like, okay. Okay. And I'm not sure. She also wasn't prepared because I remember that we gave water to her bird.
Oh, yeah.
But, that's poultry swap stuff. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Now, these birds, if you've never seen one, they do have a naked neck, but they're also supposed to have a patch or what they call a frill of feathers on their chest. So like a little...
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the turkeys do.
Yeah, like the turkey beard. Yeah.
But they're not half turkey.
But they're not half turkey. According to the American Poultry Association Standard of Perfection, naked necks are supposed to have less than half the feathers of other similarly sized standard breed chickens. They also have feathers on the top and the back of their heads, making it a little bit like they have hair. It looks funny.
They're very unusual.
Right.
And I see them in my flock because I like unusual.
They're neat birds. Now, despite their name, the neck is not the only naked spot. They're also featherless around their vent, but I guess naked butt doesn't sound as nice. There are bantam naked necks, which are so stinking cute. And they were developed in Germany in the late 1800s and are still around in the show community.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anything bantam-sized is adorable, first of all.
Yeah.
Now, you make it look different, and then you're like, oh, wow, that's great.
Right. Chickens with featherless necks have been recorded in artwork and are supposed to have been around in parts of Asia for hundreds, if not thousands of years. There is not a lot of documentation about them that we, meaning Western poultry people, have seen. Lewis Wright is the only one of the Western poultry historians that we could find that even mentioned them.
Of course, because Lewis loved to write about everything known to man.
Thank goodness. He essentially said that while they're not pretty, they are quite useful and a good all-around chicken for anyone who's interested in them. He also noted that back then, so you're talking late 1800s, there was a lot of variability in their appearance and that needed to be standardized. Turkins showed up in both the UK and the US in the early 20th century, but they were not particularly popular. The USDA really liked them, and they started calling them bear necks in an attempt to make the breed sound more desirable to farmers, but it doesn't seem to have worked. I'd rather say naked neck than bare neck, but that's just me. Naked.
I don't know. Naked neck, bare neck. I don't know.
Now, back in episode 103, whoa, way back there, 103.
Yeah.
We talked about the genetics of the Erminet chicken and the work of Cornell University professor F.B. Hutt. Well, Dr. Hutt very conveniently discovered the naked neck gene as well. The NA gene is a dominant gene, and it will show up in pretty much any cross you create with a naked neck chicken. Now, further research in 2011 found that the presence of the NA gene causes overproduction of BMP12, which is a molecule that blocks feather development in the neck and vent areas. And, that's exactly what you're saying.
Exactly.
According to a 2021 study, the same gene caused an enhanced immune system and may also contribute to better eggs and a larger breast. I did find a study testing the egg frequency and quality of both leghorns and naked necks. And guess who won?
Who?
I didn't put it in here. It must have been the leghorn. It must have been the leghorn. There are several studies looking at the heat dissipating properties expressed by that NA gene, and researchers have been looking at crossing the naked neck with native poultry in several tropical regions of the world in order to create more standard-sized heat-hardy birds. I mean, that sounds like a really good use of this genetics.
It does, but on the other hand, you leave more skin open to the sun and the damaging effects of the sun, which kind of is like a double-edged sword there. So
I think that needs more research, though, because those areas have the same deep red pigment that combs and wattles have.
Right.
And I don't know that combs and wattles get sunburned.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I think that needs more research.
I mean, the next new product could be the Transylvanian chicken sunblock.
Oh, my God.
I mean, like, you're in a tropical area and you have no feathers to protect your skin. Are they getting sunburned? That's my question.
I don't know. guessing no. You're guessing yes. It would be really, if anyone knows anything about chickens and sunburn, let us know.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, back in 2020, the USDA approved a new label for air quotes, for a healthier chicken. And this was awarded to a poultry producer who was using a three-way cross. Naked neck, Delaware, and a secret proprietary breed. What the heck could that be?
We don't know. It's a secret. It's in the vault. It's in the vault.
Now, at least the farmer, who's named Blake Evans, was keeping the birds in better conditions. He would use a third of the number of the usual amounts of birds in a building, and his birds are free to forage all day. So you've got some interesting genetics that might be giving these birds a boost, and then you've got really good conditions for them.
Exactly. Now, the naked neck chicken is a large fowl bird with a red face, the moderately sized straight combs, yellow legs in all colors but black slate legs, with long, broad bodies and a deep breast. They sound good.
Girl, you look good.
Girl, you look good. So roosters weigh in at about 8 to 8.5 pounds. That's a big bird. And hens are coming in around 6 to 6.5 pounds. That may not sound big, but if you ever pick up a hen that's 6 pounds plus, that's a lot of hen.
She an armful of love.
Yeah.
And I think with the Turkins, people tend to be distracted by looking at, all the red skin.
Yeah. Exactly.
But when you look at them for any length of time, you do see they have a really deep breast, and they actually are a bigger bird.
They are, which can help them in a colder environment. They'll have a little bit more meat on them to keep them warmer. Now, the naked necks were accepted into the APA, the Standard of Perfection, in 1965, and can be shown in red, white, buff, and black. The non-APA accepted colors include blue and cuckoo barred. The cuckoo barred ones.
The blue apparently was accepted by the American Bantam Association. So you can see, if you go to poultry shows and you're lucky enough to see Bantam Turkins, you can see them in the blue colorway.
Yeah. So those naked neck hens are actually really good layers of large brown eggs. They'll give you 3 to 4 per week. And hens are not known to go broody, which is a good thing for most people. Most people are not out to have eggs hatching all the time.
Right.
The broodiness is just kind of a problem. So that's a good thing. And the chicks are very easy to identify when they hatch, as they're born without neck and vent feathers. They're cute as anything.
So cute. They're so cute.
I think we saw them in Baumgars when we were traveling with Neutrina for the road show. And I was surprised that they had them.
They had Sicilian buttercups too.
I know.
They had some good breeds. One of the things about the Turkin that is fascinating to me is the fact that this is a bird from, say, Romania, Hungary.
Right.
And these are very different genetics than a lot of the breeds we're used to.
Right.
So I can see why the USDA is so, wanting to see them in a lot of crossbreeds. They're fascinating chickens.
What we didn't talk about is they're really hardy in illness,
We haven't gotten there yet.
But they're just definitely one of those types of birds that they would be a great addition to a homestead. Now, they're calm, they have friendly personalities, they make good pets, and they're unusual show birds. So, when you go to the show, if you have them, not everybody's going to have them, so you might stand out a little bit more. They can tolerate some cooler temps with those bigger bodies, but they are definitely heat hardy because they don't have a lot of feathers. So they have a lot of places for heat to come off of. But we're talking about the sunburn again. We need to find out about the sunburn issue.
This is actually a popular breed on farms in Africa. So the sunburn question, I'm not sure. I mean,
we need to find the answer.
Yeah.
So they have a reputation for good health and disease resistance, like I was saying earlier, and they're excellent foragers.
They can easily be used as a dual-purpose homestead bird. By all accounts, they're very sweet and they're just really nice to have around. Though a couple of keepers have said, this is a really smart bird.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they would be great for families and for youngsters who want to experience training maybe, or you see all these things. Oh, mine can run through the hoops, can do this. It might be a fun bird for a kid to have as a pet. And they're unusual. They're going to lay you a lot of eggs. We didn't have the egg number, though. We said
3 to 4 per week. That usually ends up
about 200.
200, yeah, exactly. Give or take.
So here's the question. Where can you get them? Because after hearing this, you want this Transylvanian naked neck.
Globally, they are pretty easy to get your hands on because they're just such a good chicken. Here in the US, our good friends at McMurray Hatchery keep a line of naked necks. Now, they have a line of white naked necks, and you buy them on their own, the white ones.
Right.
But they don't separate the rest of the colors of the flock. So you can get all kinds of colors and patterns possible. Really, really neat birds.
Oh, yeah. On my list.
There's also a Facebook page for the National Naked Neck Breeder Society, and that's another good source for hatching eggs, for chicks, and for grow-outs. They're a small but very dedicated club. They were working to get a blue variety into the standard of perfection for standard size.
I would love the blue variety.
I think they look really cool.
Yeah.
When we were at the Ohio Nationals for the big anniversary show, there was a small but very impressive showing of naked neck chickens.
Oh, yeah. They were awesome. Definitely. Okay. So go run and get yourself a naked neck. You need a naked neck in your life for sure.
I need some naked necks.
Are you ready to dive into the fascinating world of backyard ducks? Look no further than Metzer Farms, your premier destination for top quality waterfowl. Whether you're a seasoned breeder or just starting out, Metzer Farms has everything you need to elevate your flock to the next level. And if you're passionate about call ducks, you're in for a treat.
Metzer Farms hatches a stunning variety of call ducks, meticulously bred for their miniature size, beauty, and calm temperament. From snowy whites to vibrant colors, each duck is a masterpiece waiting to grace your backyard. Visit MetzerFarms.com today to browse their extensive selection and start your journey into the wonderful world of waterfowl. Metzer Farms, where passion meets perfection.
If you're looking for a chicken coop that's produced in a planet-friendly, sustainable way, try Nestera.
Each coop is made from highly durable, 100% recycled plastic that keeps the equivalent of up to 2,000 shampoo bottles out of a landfill.
Their clean, modern design will fit into any garden or run area and comes with an industry-beating 25-year warranty and a range of handy accessories.
Simple to put together, so quick and easy to clean, and most importantly, red mite resistant. Your chickens will love it.
Quick shipping from Nestera.us.
For a 5% discount, use the affiliate link in our show notes, on our website, and on Instagram. Link in bio. Check them out today.
Eaton Pet and Pasture is a farmer-owned company based in upstate New York that creates USA-made sustainable products for backyard chicken keepers. From low-dust hemp bedding and comfy aspen nesting pads to nutritious treats and odor-eliminating products, everything is designed to keep your coop clean, healthy, and smelling egg-tastic.
All their products are made right here in the USA with ingredients that are safe for your flock and the planet. So whether you're doing a deep clean or just a quick refresh, Eaton makes it simple to care for your coop the natural way.
They're your one-stop shop for coop freshness and flock happiness, made easy.
Visit EatonPetAndPasture.com to explore the full line of flock favorites and use the code COFFEE at checkout for a first-time purchase discount. Okay, so we're ready to move on to main topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this week, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of information, a lot of don't kiss your chicken, don't hug your chicken out there. We're giving you the real dirt on Salmonella and everything you need to know about it.
We're gonna go right for the elephant in the room because we love elephants.
Along with kissing chickens. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, that's how we are. So, like Chrissy said, if you have watched or read the news lately, you've probably seen the Centers for Disease Control, which is arguably an important entity of the federal government, warning poultry keepers about the dangers of Salmonella. They are specifically saying that you should not, and I quote, cuddle or kiss your chickens.
They're coming for us.
Right? The feds are out to get us. I mean, should we take this personally?
Yes.
So we're going to do what we do. We put out lots of research and some history, and we're going to talk about Salmonella. We're going to give you the real dirt on the Salmonella.
So let's start with what is it? So Salmonella is a naturally occurring bacteria that is found in the intestines of many humans, birds, reptiles, and other animals. It was first discovered in 1885 by a veterinarian, Dr. Daniel Salmon, and his assistant, because, hey, everybody has to have an assistant, Theobald Smith. Was he bald? Maybe. We do not know. who isolated the bacteria from the pig's intestines. It was officially named Salmonella in 1900 to honor Dr. Salmon's work.
I mean, I don't know if that's flattering or I'm not, you know what I mean? That's a bit.
You're like, one of the worst bacteria
Right?
in your gut. It's named after me
One of the
because I
most
found
deadly
it.
bacteria in the world. And
Yeah.
it's named for me.
Well, I mean, honestly, without him identifying it, it has to be named after somebody. So
It's true. No. I just got a kick out of that.
So you're either named after a fish or the bacteria.
Right? Now, in healthy people, a tiny amount of salmonella is generally, and I say generally because all generalizations are false, including this one. A tiny amount of salmonella is generally killed in the stomach by our usual digestive acids. The primary route of infection for salmonella bacteria is fecal oral. That is
Ew.
somehow poop to mouth.
It's
In
awful.
case,
Don't eat lunch and listen to this, man.
well, that's a lot of our main topics. So that means, of course, that the bacteria is shed in feces and somehow makes its way to an animal or person's mouth. Ugh.
This is why washing your hands is the single most important thing. I mean, that you can do to prevent salmonella infection. It's wash your hands.
Now, I thought this was really interesting. Apparently, people who have to take regular antacids or who are on regular heartburn medication have a higher risk of salmonella infection because their stomach is not as acidic.
I could see that. I could definitely see that because it does change the natural way that your stomach works if you're taking an antacid.
Right.
I mean, acid is good in some levels because that's what takes out these bacteria.
Right.
If you don't have it, you're definitely more at risk. Now, the second most likely way to contract salmonella has to do with eating contaminated food. So that's not good either. I mean,
No, there's no good. No.
This could be like, or if you have undercooked meats, raw eggs, or even greens that have been washed with contaminated water. I mean, I am like one of these people when I eat something, it has to be fully cooked because I am a freak when it comes to everything has to be fully cooked.
Mhm.
I'm like, nope.
So cooking meat or eggs to a temperature above 165 degrees Fahrenheit instantly kills the bacteria. If you're
That's
above
the magic
165,
number.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are times where you can cook at a lower heat, like 145 Fahrenheit, but you need to cook those things for around 15 to 20 minutes at that temperature to kill it.
And sometimes you may have to cook something and then hold it for a few minutes before serving it to get rid of the salmonella also.
Yeah, so there were some other combinations of temperature and time that work. We can't go through all of them, but you can look them up right on the USDA's website. It actually was some really handy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The greens are a little harder because we often eat them raw. So best practice for greens or whatever, any vegetable, is to wash them yourself, even if it's already pre-washed.
Honestly, especially if you're growing them yourself and you don't know what's in your yard walking through there or whatever, always wash.
I mean,
Always.
I always wash anything out of my garden.
Yeah.
I feel safe for eating my own greens than greens I buy in the grocery store.
Yeah. It's just
I would
for
just
that.
say, like, don't water your greens with swampy duck water.
Well, that's common sense. Yeah.
Yes, but okay, so common sense, right? People throw the phrase common sense around all the time. But here's the origin of common sense means a belief that is shared by a group of people.
Yeah. And if you
That's
think, yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, don't throw any old water on your vegetables. You know, I mean, it's not good.
Like, I like to use some of the duck and goose water, but I go water the fruit trees with it.
Right. I would water something from down below,
Right.
not that, like a flower that you're not going to eat or something.
Right. I would not ever water my edibles with anything other than potable
No.
water that you could drink yourself.
Exactly. If you're watering the root, that's different than watering,
Yes.
putting it on the flowers and stuff like
Right.
that. Just think about those things. I mean, hand to mouth with fecal, it's really not good. So,
Well, I mean, we get into this a little bit, but like you said, there are so many vehicles for this. And one of those could be collecting eggs. Like right now when it's muddy, you'll get dirty eggs in the nest box, not because it's poopy or anything, but because the girls walk on the eggs.
yeah, exactly.
That right there. If you handle your eggs and then don't wash your hands, I mean, right there, that's a
Brush your
contaminant.
teeth. That's a
I know. Where was I going with that?
So honestly, some of the things you could do, like if you have poopy eggs or they're walking on the eggs, is you can come in and wash them and then put them away in the refrigerator at that point if you want to wash that poop off first. I kind of dry clean mine a little bit. If they're really bad, I crack them and give them to the chickens to eat right then and there.
If they're disgustingly foul, I usually do not eat them.
Yeah, exactly. It's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to this stuff.
I still store most of my eggs on the countertop, but we wash right before we use them, just because there can be contaminants on the shelf.
Yeah, they have a natural bloom that goes over them. If you're a parent and very young children, teach them the importance of washing hands immediately after touching the poultry. My girls know after years and years, they come in, wash your hands right away. Every time when you come in from the chickens, avoid putting fingers in your mouth, in your eyes, on your face, any place. Just come in and wash your hands. And teaching the kids to wash their hands is great anyway.
Right.
So
right.
This is crucial if your child is in any way immune compromised, anything like that, small amounts of the stuff. So washing hands is great. If you could even just put like an antibacterial spray out the things at the run, you know, you could spray first while you're out there, then come in and wash.
Yeah,
just be extra careful with that.
And we know what you're going to say. You are right. Small amounts of regular exposure with a healthy child can definitely help build immunity. The problem is we have no way to control like the amounts. It probably happens naturally. What we're saying is like, don't just give your kids with dirty hand a sandwich and say they'll be fine. They're going to build immunity.
You ever hear about these people that have their kids lick the bottom of a shoe once a week?
You know, don't do that because you have no idea how much is on there.
Don't do it. You know, I mean, honestly, a lot of the cases that have been coming in have been children because children are less likely to be washing their hands.
Right.
So teaching the kids to do it. Yeah.
Kids have their own agenda. They're doing their thing. I mean, growing up with animals, you know, Jane Callahan had us washing our hands all the time.
Everybody wash your hands. Don't be OCD about it, but wash your hands after the chickens. And you can definitely help with that.
The myth of the feral farm kid, like this is all well and good, but microbiology should not be taken lightly. You don't know what you can't see.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot out there. It's a lot of bacteria.
And if it's not bacteria, it might be like hookworms and pinworms and other equally awful things.
Yeah, that's not good. And yes, your chickens and other poultry can also get sick from an overload of salmonella. So keeping everything clean out there can help immensely.
For the last 100 years or so, salmonella has been a problem in both commercial flocks and backyard birds. Two of the most common avian-adapted strains of salmonella are S. pylori and S. gallinarum. They were a really, really serious problem at the turn of the last century. So we're talking about early 1900s. Yeah. To combat the spread, the NPIP, or National Poultry Improvement Plan, was established by Congress in 1935. Various states had already tried to run their own improvement plans, but all their efforts fell short because of how easily livestock disease can spread interstate. I mean, bacteria doesn't recognize state lines.
No, and people are going state lines back and forth, and they're passing it also. So
NPIP was intended to be a voluntary state, federal, and trade or business program, but most states do require NPIP certification for poultry crossing state lines, like from hatcheries, etc.
Right, exactly.
And most poultry shows and many swap meets also require NPIP certification to participate. It's just to try to protect everyone as much as they can.
Everyone's trying. It's still out there. The invisible.
It is. The NPIP program offers testing for both the pylori and the gallinarum, which is actually called fowl typhoid.
Oh,
yeah. So these two strains of salmonella are tested for an NPIP, but you can also test for both kinds of mycoplasma and avian flu. At a minimum, the two salmonella strains must be negative.
Exactly.
The other three tests are not always required for shipping or selling, but honestly, we'd like to see a lot more of the mycoplasma testing.
Yeah, because that can be really deadly for your birds. So
it can be a huge problem.
Yes.
NPIP tests are used to monitor chickens, turkeys, your waterfowl, ducks, geese, and swans, pheasants, quail, peafowl, guineas, chukars, grouse, ostrich, emus, rhea, and cassowary.
Now,
That's a list.
Should you feel the urge to test your ostrich, contact your local cooperative extension office and say, I want to test my ostrich.
Yes, sure, test my ostrich or my grouse or any of the other
Any of these other ones. They're there to help you and will get you contact information for the next step. So contact the right people. You know, compared to 100 years ago, Salmonella is well under control and it's much better understood at this point. Keep your coops, runs, your nest box very clean as you can, and always wash your hands after interacting with your birds. Wash the eggs before you use them and make sure that any visitors or family with less than robust immune systems can wash their hands also, because we still hug our birds. We're going to.
But we understand the risks and we want everyone else to understand as well. So just follow the best practices, hug those chickens. Don't lick your chicken.
Don't lick their feet.
You know, don't eat a sandwich after you've had dirty bird feet in your hands.
I mean, honestly, don't eat out there with them either, because that's putting hand to mouth.
Well, unless you go out there, eat, maybe distribute, because you're going to have to share with them.
Yeah.
And then once you're finished, you touch birds. But until you're finished your food, do not touch birds.
Yeah, just be very careful and wash those eggs before you use them. That can really help you.
Yes. And I guess the other thing that we didn't say in here, but we say it anytime we're talking about acquiring chickens, is buy your birds from MPIP certified breeders.
Right. Make sure they're healthy, first of all, and test it against having salmonella by the time you get them, for when you first get them. And if you keep... Cleanliness is next to godliness, okay? Keep them clean.
And if the USDA comes for us, the feds come and get us, just go ahead and start a GoFundMe for us. Save the chicken.
Get us bail money!
Get us out of there, man. If your flock could talk, they would thank you for shopping at Eaton Pet and Pasture, your one-stop shop for coop freshness and flock happiness made easy.
From their all-natural USA-made favorites like hemp bedding, roost refresh, and nesting pads to convenient product bundles that make chicken care simple, Eaton has everything you need to keep your coop clean, cozy, and odor-free.
Check them out at EatonPetAndPasture.com and use code COFFEE at checkout for a first-time purchase discount.
Okay, so we're ready to move on to
cracking the eggs.
Cracking those eggs. Now, this week we're doing Rapini Carbonara.
Yeah.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
It's very good. It is very good. I happen to grow a lot of Rapini this year, and I will say that the birds are enjoying it too, because I grew too much. But I really like that kind of bitterness of Rapini with the creamy carbonara. It's delicious.
Okay, so let's go through the ingredients that you're going to need for this recipe. 1 12-ounce box or bag of spaghetti, gluten-free spaghetti or pasta of choice. 1 generous bunch of rapini. Now, this is kind of like a form of broccoli.
It's also known as broccoli rabe. Rapini and broccoli rabe are the same thing.
Yeah. And get it washed, chopped, and into 2-inch length tough stems removed. Make sure you get those tough stems off. 3 large eggs and 1 egg yolk. 1 cup of grated Parmesan or Romano cheese or the dairy-free equivalent. 1 tablespoon of lemon zest and juice and a half of lemon. 2 garlic cloves minced. Olive oil. Now, this is optional pancetta or fake bacon bits for that vegetarian crowd over there.
In other words, the Kazmala household.
Well, for me, it would be turkey bacon or something
Yeah, whatever.
Like that.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Pancetta is delicious, but...
Yeah.
In a medium-sized mixing bowl, you're going to whisk together the eggs, the egg yolk, the grated cheese, and the freshly grated lemon zest. Mix that all together until it's smooth. I didn't do the extra egg yolk because I made this with duck eggs.
Oh, you don't need it with duck eggs because...
Or probably with goose eggs either, but with chicken eggs, I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, you got that extra richness already in those yolks.
Once you have your mixture nice and smooth, you're going to season generously with pepper. If you like it hot, put some red pepper flakes in there. They will not enter my kitchen, but I know some people really love them. Bring a large pot of water to boil, adding salt as desired. And this is just a note, but you can blanch your rapini in the boiling water for 2 to 3 minutes and then take it out with a slatted spoon before you put the pasta in.
Yeah. that's
I
a good
like
idea.
the bitterness, so I don't. But it's often a good idea if you're working with thick stems or like not as fresh rapini from the grocery store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Drop your pasta into the same boiling water and cook until al dente. Drain the pasta, reserve a cup of the starchy pasta water, and then you're going to set that aside. While the pasta is cooking, you can heat a large skillet over medium heat with a generous splash of olive oil. If you're using the pancetta, cook that now, stir it a bit, and you want to wait until it starts to render fat. Add your garlic and cook for just a few minutes until it's starting to brown a little bit. Add your rapini to the skillet and let it cook with the garlic and pancetta for a minute or two. Now, if you're using the fake bacon bits, add them now once you've got most of the cooking
Because you don't have to worry about cooking those.
Exactly. Then you're going to add the pasta to the skillet and toss everything together. So I toss it for a minute or two to get the pasta mixed up with the rapini and the garlic and whatever else. Then, and you need to work reasonably quickly with this. Take that skillet off the heat. Pour the egg and cheese mixture over top. Pour the lemon juice in. And then thoroughly toss everything together in the skillet to coat it with the egg mixture. Some people use tongs for that. Because you can do it pretty well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You're going to add, if you need to, if the egg mixture isn't smooth enough or liquidy enough, take a splash of that starchy pasta water that you saved.
Right.
Mix that in there until it's sort of like saucy.
Right.
You're going to plate it, serve it with some extra cheese, and enjoy.
Enjoy. When you bringing it over?
That's a good question.
Try
I have a little bit of rapini left.
Yeah, try it. You might like it. Let us know what you think. Just different ways to use those eggs, and you don't even think about it sometimes. So many ways. Okay, so let's move on to retail therapy. Retail therapy. Yeah. This week's retail therapy is a seed spotlight, and it is
Nasturtiums.
Nasturtiums.
One of my favorites. Nasturtiums are one of those plants that look good, taste good, and are really good for you. Plus, they will grow through the heat of summer when not much else will grow. Both the leaves and the flowers are completely edible for you and your poultry, and they have several other practical uses in the garden besides just looking pretty. Native to South America, nasturtiums have been grown there for thousands of years, where they were used by the indigenous people for both food and medicine. They traveled back to Europe in the 1500s with Spanish explorers and quickly became a popular addition to gardens all over Europe. Dutch breeders introduced a trailing version that was immediately popular, probably because it just produces so much, so many leaves, so many flowers. Settlers coming to North America brought nasturtiums back across the ocean with them, and Thomas Jefferson grew them at Monticello in the late 1700s.
I want to go back there. I keep saying to myself, I want to go back. Monticello. Nice. It was so nice. We went in December, but I'd like to go like now, you know.
The garden was fascinating in December. I can't even imagine what it looks like in full.
I know. The garden was my favorite part of the whole thing.
By far.
Nasturtiums are loaded with vitamins and minerals, especially vitamin A and a very high level of vitamin C, which everybody needs, right? So that goes for both the leaves and the flowers. Nasturtium has many uses in folk or herbal medicine, and everyone can agree that it offers great support for your immune system. If you got a lot of vitamin C in it, your immune system's really going to be, It also does
wonders for allergies too.
Yeah, it contains flavonoids, beta carotene, antioxidants, and sulfur compounds. Now, historically, it has been used as an antiseptic and an expectorant. How do you say that again?
You're right.
Yeah, expectorant, which is something that breaks up some mucus or something like that. So some of the easiest ways to get the benefits are adding the leaves and the flowers to your salads. You can make pesto from the leaves, pickling the seeds to use them as capers. It has like a pleasant peppery taste and goes well with rich things like cheese and egg yolks. Egg salad with nasturtium leaves makes a great tea sandwich. Have your bestie over for tea, and you can brew it with the tea.
Yeah, you can brew tea from it, yeah.
It's awesome.
Nasturtiums are easy to grow from seed. They will grow in absolutely lousy soil, and believe me, I have planted them in the worst soil ever, and they grow.
I have bad soil. Woo!
And they come in lots of different warm shades of color, from deep reds to creams, like the whole spectrum. You can also get ornamental varieties that have fancy double flowers, and they still have all the benefits of the basic orange and yellow nasturtiums.
Right.
They act as a trap crop in your garden to help keep aphids and other pests away from more vulnerable fruit and vegetables. People like to put them around tomatoes for one of those reasons. But I like this. They can also act as a trap crop for your poultry, giving them something to snack on instead of going for your tomatoes or other yummy plants.
Exactly.
Especially if you grow the tall trailing varieties that have really long vines.
Right.
Nasturtiums will grow right on through hot weather up until your first frost. They're amazing.
My favorites are the plants that grow through the first frost.
Yeah.
And then when the first frost comes, I get so sad because I'm so used to them.
Yep. They're all
Another
gone.
One's marigolds. They will keep going till the first frost, and then they're bye-bye.
Like South and Central American plants. They're like their workhorses, but the fall kills them off.
Yeah, it's like, okay, here we go.
Another one of my favorite things about nasturtiums is that those flowers look fantastic on cakes and cupcakes. It's really pretty.
Yeah, and nasturtium seeds are pretty easy for you to find. You can start off with older varieties that are they're foolproof, like the Alaska mix or the tall trailing mix like Holly was talking about with the longer ones. The dark red Empress of India, I like that name. Mm-hmm. Or the red splash Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary would be good. Makes a statement in your flower or your herb gardens. Now, the trailing moonlight with cream color flowers is another great option if you're trying to distract your poultry and insects from other plants in your gardens. Botanical Interest offers big, showy flowers with cherry rose jewel, and Baker Creek hold their own with the Purple Emperor. These names are crazy.
I know, they really are.
Which is a very dark purplish red. Now, other places to look for the nasturtium seeds: Swallowtail Garden Seeds, Annie Heirlooms, Renee Garden Seeds, Territorial Seed, and the Seed Saver Exchange, of course.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's not too late to plant them. You can get them in the ground right now. You can put them in the ground. You can put them in pots, whatever. You can grow nasturtiums this year. And if you're just like tiptoeing into gardening, these are a great beginner plant.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, so should we tell everybody what we're going to be talking about next week?
Oh, next week. One of my bucket list birds, the Sicilian buttercup.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be halfway through June. And so we're going to start talking about dealing with the heat. It's our annual Avoid Heat Stroke in Your Flock episode.
Oh, I hate the heat. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Cracking the eggs, cherry chocolate chip blondies.
Can I have one right now? I'm hungry.
Yeah, they're really good. In retail therapy, we're doing a jewelry maker who does amazing things with eggshells. And the business is called the Poultry Palette.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what should we tell everybody to do until next week?
Hug those chickens, ducks, and geese, and then wash your hands.
And kiss them too. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to see more of us, please follow us on Instagram at Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. If you'd like to help us grow the podcast, please leave us a written review on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to become a patron of the show, please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. Thanks for listening.